Swords, 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 swords. A follow-up tutorial. A series of follow-up tutorials. As you'll note by the video length down there at the bottom, it's shorter than my average video. What, Andrew? What? I love to strap in for an hour of goofing off, and I say to you, nay, or maybe not today, because I want to get just a bunch of videos finished. First we're gonna, okay, swords, right? So I talked about, how to treat it, and then I had somebody jump in the air and do a slice. Whoa, whoa, too much for me, Andrew, to start off. Let's go simple. Let's just swing. That's good for me. Sorry, I heard some cats barreling down the hall. So here he is. Just stood there. And he's gonna swing. How do you do that? Scratch that. Forget that. We're not doing a swing. We're gonna do a swing. We're gonna do a furl, and then pose. So here he is. And then I'm gonna animate the sword along with it this time. I'm gonna do a semi-complicated sword, okay? So strap in a little bit of an object creation tutorial too, like you ain't never seen. Dot, bam, slam, preferences, because Flash keeps resetting, and I don't know how to make it not. Bam, bam, bam. So when you want to make your swords, that handle, it's got to be not correct shape, like that. This is good. This is classy. And then a little indent at the bottom. What am I doing? There. That's good. Okay. And then you want to grab a sword blade color and draw that sword. And then at the tip, just do a little bend. Great. Great. Done. No need for shading or anything. No need for anything. Okay, it's a sword. We put our registration point right here, betwixt the blade and the handle, ratherly betwixt. And then you make it a bit taller, put it in his hand, and call it good. Okay. So he's gonna do a furl and then a pose. You know, the whole, and then how's he gonna pose? He's gonna have it back. Guys, act it out if you don't know. I don't know, like that. Some have you what? Let's animate our head. Let's do that right now. Never come in right now. So the head, what's it gonna do? I'll tell you what it's gonna do. So, tell you what I do, when I tell you what I do, tell you what I do, I'm gonna tell you what I do, I'm gonna tell you, gonna tell you, gonna tell you what it does, I'm gonna tell you what I do. It's going down. If you wanna be my swordsman, gotta get with my swordsman, last forever. He's gonna go up for the furl. Oops. And then he's gonna go down for the pose. Okay. When your figure's not walking, like, just go head first. Or running, or jumping. Jumping, actually, though, it's helpful to go head first. So he's gonna have to take one step, because like when you animate, you have a center line. Yeah, if you go past it too far by twice, like I did there and there, he's gonna have to take a little step. You know, he's gonna have to reposition this foot first to put it like there, and then he's gonna put this one there for the pose, but then that one will end up being like this. It might even cross the plane of bend. Like, see how it's bending, see how it's bending that way right now? It might have to cross to straight and then to the other way for the final pose, where he's bent forward like this, and he's like, so keep that in mind. If your head goes too far from the medium, then you're gonna have to take a step, and you see the beginnings of that step. Why does that keep happening? It's because that frame was selected. Maybe. I don't know. So, like, this is the beginning of that step, the foot bend. So now this one will be basically the same. He's priming to go backwards, right? Because it's this direction. He's also priming to stand up. So he's gonna need some more foot underneath himself to push himself upward. Why is that frame always selected? I don't know, Flash. I don't get you sometimes. Okay, so then this is the foot coming off the ground. Too low, foot. Too low. Whoop. Got it. Okay, the whole hip's got to be moving over just a bit. And now, there, you gotta bend that spine out, because he's priming up for a furl. You know what a furl is, when somebody like spins their sword above their head, just to show off that they can spin their sword, like drummers do when they spin their drumsticks. And then the spine's gonna be like all the way out, the farthest it'll ever be, because once it, I don't know, maybe there's one more frame where it gets more bent. So then this leg is gonna go like that. The hip's not moving it over enough, so I'll just keep on moving it. And then it's like the same bend. Okay. So now before he even starts to go up, he's just moving sideways. His leg is going to get into it. You know, his leg is going to start bending to start extending to be straight. The one that he took a step with. But his spine is going to just get pushed up. So it's like now, it's like we got a leader-follower situation. This guy becomes the leader and the head is the follower. So it's like his spine is going to be the leader for a second instead of the head. So now this leg, the knee starts to go inward instead of outward, and we go full extension. Well, 90% extension. Like that. And then bam, crossing that 80 line. You know the 80 line. You got your 180 degrees right here. It was like 190, maybe even 200 degrees. And now you're crossing back to 180, and then soon it'll go down to sub 180. Still obtuse, but not hyper obtuse. I don't know what that word is. Okay, the spine is straightening out, and then the neck. See how it's positioned. The spine meets the head on the right side. It's gonna slide towards center as this goes on. So it's gonna be like whoop, 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 and then it'll start to pull him in the other direction, because the head can't just float around wherever it wants. It has to get pulled by something. So it'll make its way towards straight. As it makes its way towards left or lust on the head place, Maybe not quite that far just yet. Get it gradual, and don't even need to do the legs right now. Just focus on this. Okay, okay. So this is when he's taking that step with the same leg he stepped with before. Notice the spacing I'm putting on the hips, where we got like little spacing, medium, big. I should probably save this. Put this in sword play. We'll make a whole swords for swads. So, no. There. Slam that in there. We'll slam Furl. Or I think it's with a U. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. Because right now his hand is in the air. And then it's coming down. It's going to do like, it's like, and then it's going down for the swing pose. As he's getting into his pose. Alright, time to go back and do those legs. So like, we fully extended this, but it's just going to follow its movement, like the one that it put itself into. Like that. And then just let him flop into the next pose. So it's like, his knee is what pulls the entire position. This is almost too long for this back leg to reach, but that's okay. Okay, he's gonna start straightening his knee as he's falling forward. And then this back leg. And then it'll all ease back to normal once his head flops backwards again. So this is like, he's fully strained right about here. Doing some frontward spine bend. Oh, I missed one. I missed one. Sometimes you just miss one. But it's not the end of the world. Okay. Maybe even going a little bit faster. Oh, yeah. This back leg might need to slide forward a little bit. A bitty bit little. Oh, jeez. Don't want to have Chrome open when you're recording a tutorial. You might get like a bloop or something, and then it'll show up. Even though I muted this. You know the best thing about Flash CC? It remembers if a line is supposed to be curvy or not, especially when it's not supposed to be curvy. Unlike 8. 8 just says, "Oh, you curve it once, it's probably curved all the time, even if you undo your curve." Okay, that's just outright stupidity. 8. So he is gonna take a step forward. He's gonna take a little step forward. Okay, the spine bend is going towards the other direction now. Now that he's planted his foot right there. That's not intense enough. Plant. And then this foot is coming towards being on the ground. See, spine doing its thing. Then this leg is going to start to extend again as this one plants. Spine bend. Backwards instead of forwards. Hip is pulling up. Leg is straightening out. And we plant. Spine bend even more, and this is the most it'll ever move, because after this point it starts to go back towards slowing down. Just do that now by going there, and then lastly going there. Okay, this foot's gonna slide. I've decided it. It goes there, and then it slows, stopping right there. And then it's just a connect the dot game from here on out, from foot to foot, and then the last foot pose. What? Bam. So, we do the wind up, we do the furl, we do the pose. Let's throw some arms and sword onto that thing. All at the very same time. So, what is he gonna do? He's gonna swing it back, and he's gonna like do this, and then he's gonna do this. And then he's gonna flurl it in the air. So the first thing that we have to animate, the very first thing, is these arms coming right on back. They're getting pulled by the top arm parts, the biceps. The lower arms are, the hands are, I suppose. So the hands are almost like staying in place. And the sword is only moving and spinning just a little. Okay. In fact, you might even want to animate the sword first in a situation like this, where it's just about what happens to the sword. Oh, gonna get some 3D swordage going on. This is not a 3D sword tutorial, but this is a quick and dirty way to get that done for you. So facing the camera, it doesn't have to be this whole thing. Do a little of this action. I say that a lot. Do a little of this action, but I don't describe the action. Scale your sword on one axis, on the long axis, to portray the idea of lengthening and shortening relative to a camera's point of view. Okay. Then it goes back, and then it comes right on up with his hands. Here we go. The furl. There'll be a big trail right here to here. So now, on the furl, some people like to put like multiple instances of their sword. I think trails do the job just fine, so pick a common point of rotation. Like there. And then just let him do his furl. Pick your rotation, however much you want it to be. People like to make triangles, and those will look fine. But just be sure that when he comes out of it, he's in a position to, or she is in a position to bring it in front of themselves. So the last frame I'm going to do here is one where it's like this and starting to go down, because then it'll be like swing it around back, do a little swing around, and then a yank and forward, and maybe even some of that again, because then it's going to flip-flop to this side. So you want to so it's doing this. Here's the next one. It's gonna be going back towards pointed, and then the last one where it lands is like this. I think. We'll see how it looks. It might look crummy, and I might just do a whole nother tutorial. No, this is gonna be fine. Once I add the trails. So just connect those dots. Make sure you're remembering that these are the pullers, not the hands. Let your farther up parts lead the motion, not the lower down ones in the hierarchy of the body. Okay, so now the arms are going to be coming forward. They already were, just as opposed to going back, they were staying still. Now they're like this. and then the arms can separate right here, because this will be one arm, because in the pose only one hand is holding the sword, so you gotta separate them at some point. And I like to do it before it even furls. So there, you go in for the furl. So his hand is doing all the magic right now. And there we go. And then it's coming around town and landing subtly. Like so. And then the other hand is going down to its cool spot as we speak. It's behind him now, as if he's doing a little 180 rotation, kinda. And then it's over here, and then there, and then there, and then the elbow juts out, and it's like this. No, it's like this. How is it? What was my final drawing? I don't remember. How do you look cool when you're holding a sword? You're like, you have your hand out. Yeah. So that's not right. Done. Okay. That's good enough for me. Let's add a trailer too. So from here to here, do a little trailing action. Just a simple little trail. Then here, you gotta get a little bit of complex trailing going on, because it's spinning ultra fast. So weird stuff starts to happen. Like you see another instance of the sword, and then here you see like a third instance, but then there's a trail here. And there's a little one on that. And then you see like one here. And you see another sword. I don't know. Just draw lines. They don't even have to make sense all the time. And then here you go. That's it. That's the one. Maybe just a tiny bit on the end there. Okay guys, let's see how this junk looks. Yeah. Good, there he is. He's doing a little furl, and then he's bringing it in for the ready to strike pose. He takes a step, and then he takes another step, and then he slides. Swords. You can draw them with your hands. I'm not even gonna stop you from drawing them with your hands. You can do whatever you want. And you guys said you want the FLAs when I uploaded the last one, so whatever. I'm gonna upload this Flash CC FLA. Because I don't know. I figure everybody is on, or at least most people are not on CC. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was not too short. I mean, not too long. Hopefully it was like under 30 minutes. I think it was like 22 and a half. I don't know though. Either way, Bye, everybody. Thank you.